I watched Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light, Episode 1. Here's what happens. For 7,000 years, a technologically advanced society on the planet of Prismos has thrived, but then the three suns realign, destroying all science and technology. Years passed and a new primitive civilization arose consisting of two factions, the good guys and the bad guys. And the bad guys are called the Darkling Lords, and their leader Darkstorm seems to be hosting some kind of Shark Tank event because a scientist is pitching him an invention, and it's a catapult powered by guinea pigs. Darkstorm hates it, so he kerplunks the scientist. Then a wizard named Merklin appears and explains that the age of magic has begun. Darkstorm doesn't believe in magic, so Merklin gets kerplunked as well. So Merklin tries again by telling Leoric, the leader of the good guys, and he explains that he needs brave knights to teach the ways of magic. And because of a hang-gliding spy, Darkstorm learns that Leoric has accepted the wizard's invitation. So Darkstorm decides to learn the ways of magic as well, and then he kerplunks the hang-gliding guy. If Darkstorm keeps this up, he's not going to have anyone left. You can't just keep kerplunking people. So Merklin is holding a competition for everyone. Whoever can reach the top of the mountain will get magic powers. Everyone starts climbing the mountain, and there are a lot of traps and stuff, so most people get freaked out and go home. But it's really hard to tell who anyone is because they're all wearing these juggernaut costumes. This guy almost falls off a cliff, but he creates some wings out of a big leaf and flies away. The bad guys trap Leoric and his friends in a room with a giant stone monster, but Leoric scares the monster away by running towards him with a small whip. There's a giant maze, but Farrell is able to smell his way through it.
Smell that? Yes, this way.
Why is he so good at smelling? You can't smell your way through a maze. That doesn't even make sense. Unless there was like cheese at the end. At the end of the maze, the baddies ambush our heroes. And everyone is fighting and it's chaos. And then the wizard shows up and is like, yo, you are all idiots. There's enough magic for everybody. So he congratulates everyone and says that they are now all called the Visionaries. And he gives each person an animal totem that allows them to transform into that animal. And there's like 80 Visionaries here, and the wizard goes through each one, calling them by name, telling them what animal they got.
Alzon, eagle, cinder, the gorilla, widowquick, cheetah, crayback, pilot, fox, beetle, wolf, shark, dolphin, armadillo, bear, lizard, lion, mollusk.
And it's like, can we break off into groups or something and keep this moving? The wizard explains that the magic is powerful, but it's hard to control. One guy goes to ask one question, and the wizard completely snaps on him.
Get it through your dull brain.
And it's like, this seems pretty complicated. I think like asking some questions is reasonable. I mean, there's animal totems and magic powers. Can you at least give this guy a brochure or something? And plus, the wizard also explains that on top of all that, their staffs are also imbued with a completely separate power. It's a whole thing. And then the wizard kerplunks everybody while laughing like a maniac. And I'm not sure I trust this guy. This wizard is no good. Later, Arzon is prancing around and ends up rescuing a woman who's wearing one of those old pointy hats. And the woman asks what his staff does. He says the magic words, and then an angry blue dude pops out of it and says his name is the Bearer of Knowledge. And Arzon is like, okay, if you're the Bearer of Knowledge, what do you know about this lady? And he says, well, she's actually a bad guy. Boom. So yeah, that lady unmasks herself and attacks as the episode ends on a cliffhanger. Remember to follow for more cartoon summaries and other fun stuff. Bye bye.